So hey guys, welcome back once again, and in this video I'm gonna talk about how to upscale in Stable Diffusion deeply. Okay, so I was just learning to upscale in Stable Diffusion, and first of all let me show you these are the results that I was just trying and experimenting on upscaling image. Let me show you one of my accidental upscale that I was experimenting on, and yeah, you can clearly see over here this image. It's 1892 by 12,000 resolution and it's 84.5 MB of image. This image was accidental upscale. Actually, I was just experimenting and this was my accidental upscale, but you can clearly see, let me show you, clearly see this image, but the detail it preserved on 84 MB. It's literally amazing. As you can clearly see the detail on the wings. Okay, I'm zooming it on to very closely. You can clearly see over here. Okay, you can clearly see on this as well. Let me show you clearly. There's no pixel or till this, and you can zoom it and you can see the pixels over here. Okay, so this was just an accidental upscale that I was just experimenting with upscaling, and this is the result that I got. First of all let me tell you, I'm using this image as a reference in order to like upscale to show you the result. Okay, the reason I'm using this image is because of the details on the face. First of all, you can see the details on the face as well. The second thing, just because of the leather jacket, you can clearly see the leather jacket. The original image is 512 by 768 and 573 KB image. Okay, so in order to upscale image, you need to go on to extras tab of Stable Diffusion Automatic1111. Here you can upload your image which you want to upscale. Just like click over here and just select the image you want to upscale. Okay, so after uploading your image, you will find there are two options over here, scale by and scale to. Okay, let me quickly explain you scale by. What is scale by? In scale by, you will find one option, resize bar over here. So what is this resize bar? So basically it's a multiplier of your resolution. The more you put value over here, the more it will multiply your resolution. Okay, so let me quickly show you the example. First of all, let me show you the original image. This is the original image I'm using. It's 512 by 768 and 573 KB of image. Okay, what if I put this to 1? First of all, let's put this to 1. Okay, and let's generate. I'm using none upscaler. Okay, over here, and let's generate it. So this is the image that we got. See the resolution, there is a zero change. It's 512 by 768 and 573 KB. Okay, so now let's put on to 2. Let's put on to 2 and let's generate. Let's see what result do we get. Okay, so this is the image that we got. Let's compare it to this is the image that we got. You can clearly see it's multiplied by 2, 1024 by 1536 and 1.52 MB of image. Okay, compared to the original image. Okay, so now what if we put it onto 4? Okay, and let's generate the image quickly. This is the image that we got. Let's quickly compare. This is the image by multiplied by 4. You can clearly see the multiplication. You can clearly see the result, 2048 by 3072 and 4.07 MB. Okay, so this is how it is upscaled by resize method. Okay, let's quickly compare this image to this image. Okay, let's see if we got difference or not. Okay, so this is the original image. As you can see, this is the original image I'm using. Let's quickly open this image as well and let's compare this image to this image. Okay, let's zoom on to like towards eye. Okay, and let's quickly zoom on to eye side. Okay, so this is the image. Okay, let's quickly compare. So as you can clearly see, this image is pretty much smooth compared to this image. You can clearly see pixels on lips lines. You can clearly see pixel. The lines on this image is very smooth. Okay, and this also you will find it's pixelated over here, and eyes also you can clearly see over here it's pixelated on this image, and you can clearly see the eyes, and this on this part of the face you can clearly see it's smooth compared to this image. So basically it's upscaled image, and this is the result that we got with multiplier. Okay, it basically increases your resolution, and this is how you use the multiplier, resize multiplier. Okay, the more the value you put over here, the more it will multiply your resolution. Okay, so now in scale to tab, you will find there is an option to scale by width and height. Okay, you can clearly see you can put your custom width and height over here. In scale by, it's only resize. Okay, so in scale 2 you can put your custom width and height values. Okay, so as you know, my original image is 512 by 768, so it's a portrait image. You can put your values over here. So let me generate and let me show you. So this is the image that we got, and let's see. Okay, so this is the result that we got. You can clearly see that it generated the image by 1080 into 1920 and 1.93 MB of image. Okay, so this is how you use scale to option. Okay, so this is how you use scale to tab in order to like upscale your image by certain resolution. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is that I will keep this resolution as it is 1080 and 1920. As you clearly know, my original image is 512 by 768 and the size is 573 KB. So we will upscale this image to 1080 and 1920 as it's already a portrait image. Okay, so first we'll go with none upscaler. So it will do nothing special. Okay, as we know, it will do nothing special. It will only upscale to this resolution. So let's generate the image. Okay, so this is the result that we got, and you can clearly see this is the result that we got. This is the original image, this is the result that we got. So it basically upscaled to 1280 into 1920. Okay, size is 2.14 of MB, and let's compare it with original image. Let's see what difference do we get with none upscaler. Okay, so let me quickly compare it to this image. As you can clearly see, there is no changes. This is the original image and this is the none upscaler image. Okay, so let me quickly zoom out to face. Let's quickly see the face. Okay, let's quickly zoom in, and you can clearly see there are no pixels over here. Basically it upscaled the resolution of this image. You can clearly see there are no pixels over here on this part of the image as well. Let's quickly compare the eyes. You can see it's pixelated on this image, and in this also it's totally smooth. Okay, eyebrows as well, you can clearly see the eyebrows as well. Okay, you can clearly see there are pixels on this part of the image, and in this upscaled image you can clearly see there are no pixels over here. This part of the image is also pretty much smooth out compared to this, as this is pixelated image, and on the face you can see it's almost pretty much similar to this image. Okay, let's compare the leather. You can see over here almost the same, and the leather also, it maintained the detail of the leather. You can see the details of the laser on this part of the image and this part of the image. It almost maintained the leather feel, the leather details. Okay, so nothing much of a change, only the pixels are gone and it's upscaled the image. Okay, so even if you select none, it will basically upscale your image. Okay, the resolution. Okay, it also preserved the detail as well. First of all, let me tell you. Okay, so this is the result that we got. Now let's jump on to the next upscaler. Okay, so the next upscaler is Lanczos upscaler. Okay, let's quickly select this and let's quickly generate this. Okay, so this is the image that we got. Let's quickly go on to the image. This is the image that we got. It upscaled the image by 1280 into 1920. Okay, you can clearly see over here. I don't know why it's upscaling to 1280 into 1920. I don't know why it's upscaling to 1280 into 1920, because I have clearly written over here it's 1080. Okay, 1080. Okay, but still it's upscaling to 1280 into 1920. Still the same size. Okay, you can see over here 2.14 MB. Let's quickly compare it to our original image. So this is the original image. Okay, by looking onto original size, you can see there is not much of a change. Okay, so now let's quickly zoom on to face. Let's quickly zoom on to face. Okay, here also let's quickly zoom on to face. Pretty much a smooth image. You can see there are no pixel on the lips, a quite detailed lips over here, and on nose as well you can see there are no pixels over here, no pixels on face. This part of the face is also pretty much smooth compared to this. You can see there is lots of pixels going on this image, and you can see there are no pixels over here. On eyebrows as well you can see there are pixels and no pixels over here, almost less pixels over here, and eyes are also smooth. Okay, so let's go on to leather. Okay, so yeah, as you can see the detail is maintained on this image as well, and on this image as well the detail is totally maintained. The leather detail is also maintained over here, as you can clearly see. Let me quickly compare this. You can clearly see the leather detail is also maintained over here. Okay, on Lanczos upscaler. Okay, so pretty much not much of a change, just an upscaled image, and yeah, the details are pretty much preserved on this image also. Okay, So this is the result that we got with Lanczos upscale. Okay, so now let's go on to next upscaler, that's nearest upscaler. Okay, let's click onto this and let's quickly generate this image. Okay, so we got a result over here. It's pretty quick. So this is the result that we got. It's 1280 into 920. Okay, same, but the size is pretty much less compared to original image. You can see it's 573 KB and you can see over here it's 876 KB. Okay, pretty much less than both of the upscaler. Okay, let's quickly open this. It's nearest upscaler, so let's quickly open this and let's see the details. Okay, let's quickly, this is the original image and this is the upscaled image with nearest upscaler. So let's quickly zoom on to this first of all. Okay, and let's quickly zoom on to this. Okay, so as you can see, compared to the earliest upscaler Nun and Lanczos, you can clearly see there are still pixels on this image as well. Okay, it's not pretty much upscaled, but it almost got near to this. Okay, so that's why it's named nearest, I think so. So you can see pixels going on lips, also lip lines, on nose as well. Not much of a change on this part of the image as well. You can clearly see over here eyebrows as well. You can see there are pixels going on this image and see the pixel going on this image. Not much of an eye details. Let's go on to leather jacket. Okay, let's go on to leather jacket. Okay, it's not pretty much change on this part as well. You can see pixels going on here and pixels going on here as well. You can see the image. Okay, not much of a change, so I won't recommend this image, this upscaler. Okay, so not much of a change on nearest upscaler, just bit of a changes, not that much change. So this is the result of nearest upscaler. Now let's go on to fourth upscaler, I think so. Yes, it's ESRGAN underscore 4x. Okay, so let's go on to this upscaler and let's generate. Okay, so this is the result that we got. Let's quickly go on to this. So this is the result of, so this is the result that we got with ESRGAN underscore 4x. So the size, you can see it's pretty more than compared to like earlier image. Okay, it's 4.11 MB. So let's quickly compare this image to original image and let's see what detail do we got over here. Okay, so as the original size, you can clearly see this looks pretty much amazing. First of all, I can definitely say that this image is pretty much amazing compared to original image. So let's quickly zoom on to face first of all. Okay, let's zoom on to face and let's zoom on to face as well. As you can see, there is a lot of noise going on this image. Okay, no pixels over here as well, no pixel over here as well, no pixel on eyes as well. You can clearly see, but there is a lot of noise going on the face compared to this image. Okay, but the detail on, let's go on to jacket. Okay, so this is the detail. There is a lot of noise going on to this side of the image as well, and let's quickly compare the jacket as well. You can clearly see there's a lot of noise, but yeah, the jacket looks quite good compared to the face if you zoom in, but the details are quite high compared to this image. Okay, so you can clearly see this part of the image as well. It's pretty much like a detailed image. You can see the image. Okay, and let's quickly zoom out. If you zoom out, you will not see much of a noise on the face, but if you zoom in, you can clearly see there is a noise going on the face side. So now let's quickly jump on to next upscaler, that is R-ESRGAN 4x. Okay, so let's quickly click this and let's generate the image. Okay, so this is the result that we got, and let's quickly open this. This is the result. Okay, compared to earlier image, this is very less size, 2.75 MB. Okay, so this is the result that we got, 2.75 MB. Okay, so let's quickly compare it to like original image and let's see. Okay, as you can clearly see from this image, it's pretty much less, but it lost the detail on leather jacket as well, on this part as well. Let me quickly show you. Okay, let's open this, sorry, let's zoom this. Let's zoom this as well. You can clearly see it's totally smooth on this part as well. Okay, and on this part as well, you can clearly see it lost the detail on jacket. It's totally smooth. Okay, it's totally smooth on this part as well. Okay, see this, the image, you can clearly see it lost the detail on this part as well. I don't know why it's line over here, but it lost the detail on over here. Let's quickly go on to face. Okay, let's quickly go on to face of the original image. You can see on the image as well, it's totally smooth. Detail on face, I just love the detail on face. Okay, on this, on lips as well, you can clearly see there are not pixels over here. You can see the image on this part, no pixels on this. If I zoom on this part, okay, and it pretty much detail on lips as well, on nose as well, it's pretty much shiny. You can see the detail on the face, on this part of the face as well. It's pretty much great compared to this image, original image. I'm comparing the image, okay, and you can see the details on eyebrows as well. Okay, it's totally smooth on eyes as well. So this is the result that we got, but we lost the detail on leather jacket, minute leather jacket details. You can see the details, we lost the details on leather jacket, okay, on here as well. So I will not recommend this. Okay, so it lost the detail, but yeah, it's pretty great to see with, like, if you see with bare naked eyes on original size of the image, you can see it's pretty great image. Okay, so this is the result of this upscaler, R-ESRGAN. So now let's jump on to next upscaler, that's R-ESRGAN 4x plus Anime 6B. Okay, so let's check this upscaler as well. Okay, so this is the result that we got with this upscaler. Okay, so now let's quickly check. This is the result. Okay, this is pretty much less size, 2.06 MB, as you can see over here. So let's quickly open this and let's quickly compare it to original image. By looking on to original size, you can definitely say on this image it like anime style. It's pretty much smooth on the face, totally smooth on the face. By looking at the original size itself, it's totally smooth on the face. It's totally smooth out on this part of the jacket as well. It totally smooth out the jacket as well. Okay, all the details on the jacket is totally lost. You can clearly see with the naked eyes as well on this part of the image. Okay, so let's quickly jump on to, like, zoom in, and let's quickly zoom in onto this image, and you can clearly see it's totally smooth out image on this part of the image. You can clearly see the details on this part of the image and this part of the image. It's totally smooth out. Okay, it's totally smooth out, and you can see the detail on this part of the image. It totally smooth out. It totally smooth out the nose as well. It totally smooth out the lips as well. You can see the lips, you can see the lips, you can see the forehead as well. Let me show you quickly the forehead as well. You can see it's totally smooth out compared to this part, this forehead as well. And see, let me show you close look on this part of the jacket. See the details on this, it's totally like anime style. Okay, so it's totally like anime style. If you look closely to this line, you will see that it's totally like anime style. Okay, but it lost all the details on jacket. Okay, so if you are upscaling an anime style images, I think so this is great to go with this upscaler. So this is the result that we got. Even with bare eyes, you can clearly see there is a lot of details lost on the jacket as well. Okay, so this is the result with R-ESRGAN, I think so, plus Anime 6B. The name itself is Anime 6B. Okay, now I'm not going on to this upscaler, because when I go with this upscaler, it doesn't generate. Okay, it says error and it doesn't generate image. As you can see, there is certain error, certificate verify failed. Okay, so I don't know, I will go on to this later on, but let's jump on to next upscaler, that is QNet upscaler. Okay, now let's generate this with this and let's see what result do we get. Okay, so this is the result that we got with QNet upscaler. Let's go and let's quickly see. Okay, it's pretty much a less size MB, 1.80 MB. Okay, let's compare with original image. This is the original image, and this also there is a pretty much detail lost on jacket as well. With bare naked eyes, with original image, you can clearly see there is a little loss. It's pretty smooth out on this part of the image as well. Okay, on this part of the image also it's pretty much smooth out. Okay, and by looking at the image you can clearly see. Okay, now let's zoom on to the face. Let's zoom on to the face pretty quickly. Let's zoom on to face pretty quickly and let's see what result do we got. Okay, it's pretty much smooth out face. Okay, pretty much good result, I can say this is a good result. Okay, pretty much smooth out face. Okay, the detail is maintained on the lips, the detail is maintained on this part of the face as well. On eyebrows also you can see not much of a pixels going on. You can see this forehead as well. Okay, you can clearly see it's totally smooth out. And now let's go on to the leather jacket part of the, you can see the details are preserved over here. It's not so smooth, but yeah, the details are preserved, but the details on jackets are like it's smoothed out. You can clearly see over here, you can clearly see over here on this part of the jacket, the details are not that great, but it lost the detail. So that's why it's less size, I think so, because it lost the detail on jacket. Okay, but it's great. You can see the detail on the face, it's totally smooth out. Okay, so I think so this is the best, I think so till now. I don't know, it depends on your personal preference, but I'm just showing you the result of every upscaler. So now let's go on to the next. It's QNet PSNR. Okay, let's go on to this and let's generate the image. Okay, so this is the result that we got with QNet PSNR, and let's see, let's compare. Okay, so this is the result of QNet PSNR, pretty much similar to earlier. Okay, same size with earlier. So this is 1.80 MB and this also it's 1.80 MB. Okay, so let's quickly open this and let's quickly compare this to original image. As you can see, pretty much similar result to earlier image. Okay, pretty much similar to QNet. Okay, this is the QNet PSNR. Let me quickly zoom on to face. Okay, let's quickly zoom on to face. Okay, similar result compared to like QNet. Okay, the PSNR, I don't know what's the full form of it, but yeah, you can see the result, it's pretty much smooth out. The level of detail on the lips, it's pretty much smooth out. Okay, over here as well, the detail on the face, on the eye side is also maintained. Okay, on forehead also it's pretty much smooth out. Eyebrows also pretty much smooth out. Okay, let's go on to jacket part. You can see details are maintained over here, and you can see the jacket. Let's compare it to jacket. Okay, pretty much similar to like QNet, the earlier upscaler, pretty much similar. You can see the detail. Okay, it's pretty much the similar to earlier upscaler. Okay, so this is the result that we got with this upscaler, and let's jump on to the next upscaler. That is the last upscaler, SwinIR _4x. Okay, so let's jump on to the last upscaler and let's try to generate the image. Okay, so this is the last upscale result. It took a bit of a time, but let's see, let's compare the detail. So if you see, it's 2.80 MB of the image. Okay, so let's see and let's compare this with the original image, and let me show you. Okay, let's zoom on to image, let's zoom on to the face, and let's see. Okay, OMG, the details are pretty much amazing on this. It's pretty much smooth out on the face. You can see it's pretty much smooth out on the lips as well. The details are maintained. Okay, you can see over here a minute detail is maintained on this upscaler as well. Okay, so much of minute detail are maintained on this image. You can see this part of the image by comparing with this, and see this, it pretty much amazing. Okay, and you can clearly see on this part of the image as well. Let me quickly show you. As you can see, there are not much of a detail shown on here, but you can see the scars on this part of this face. Okay, the details are really well maintained by this upscaler. Okay, you can see the details on this part of the face as well. It's really well maintained detail from this upscaler, the last upscaler. Let's go on to the jacket part, and you can see the detail with this upscaler on this part of the jacket. Okay, it's pretty much amazing with this upscaler. Okay, it's 2.80 MB, but the details it maintained, it's really amazing. Okay, something missing on this part of the jacket, it's not so great. Okay, it smooth out this part of the jacket, and it smooth out this part of the jacket as well. Not much smooth out, but yeah, it tried to maintain the detail over here. You can see the lines going on this part of the image. Okay, so this is pretty much a good result, I can say. Still the jacket is smooth out on this part. Okay, so let's quickly go on to look onto this part as well. There are a lot of much detail going on over here. You can see the details on this part. Clearly see the details, lining, patches over here, and on this part as well. Okay, the details are pretty much maintained on the last upscaler. So this is the result that we got. Okay, so that's what it is. So I was just trying to like learn the upscaler and wanna check which upscaler is the best upscaler. Okay, so one thing that I learned at the end of this experiment is that why it was generating like 1280 into 1920, as I already set it to 1080. So why it was generating 1280? So the option was over here, crop to fit. Okay, so it was clearly generating like 1280 into 1920 to maintain the image. Okay, so this is the image that we got with 1280 and this is the image that we got with 1080. As you can clearly see, it cropped the image in order to maintain the original image. It was upscaling it to 1280 into 1920. So that's why every of the upscaler was generating image to 1280 into 1920. Okay, so in order to maintain every detail of the image, it was generating 1280 into 1920. So if you click this option crop to fit, it will crop the image. As you can clearly see, it cropped the image on this part. On this part as well, you can clearly see the distance on this part and this part. Okay, so that's it for today. I was just going on to upscaler and how to upscale the images on Stable Diffusion Automatic1111 and what are these options and which is the best option to go on to. So this is the result that I got and this is how you upscale the images on Automatic1111. I didn't go on too much into detail on this part of the upscaler. So in the next part, I will definitely try to cover this part as well. So this is how you upscale your image on Automatic1111. So that's it for today and I hope so you guys liked it. It was a long video, but yeah, definitely it was a very interesting video. So that's it for today. I will be back with more videos tomorrow. Till then, have a good day. Bye guys. Love you all guys. Bye guys.